Hi, babes. Welcome back to the Chase Life with Kelly show. I am your host, Kelly Chase. Okay, we are going to talk about identity shift and the identity shift that unlocks really everything that you want. I know the last few episodes we have been diving in a little bit about this, but I want to dive a little bit deeper and explain some things. First, I want to explain like how I once probably looked really confident or came across as really confident on the outside, but felt disconnected on the inside. And where I want to start with that is I didn't know that I felt disconnected. So, probably my mid 20s to early 30s, I was just meh, mid 20s to like late 20s. I was probably just kind of like, I had boyfriends and like longer term relationships in my 20s. And I mean, literally, I think my last long term relationship, I had just turned 28, I believe. So that was a long time ago. That was a really long time ago. But with that being said, it's like I was in those relationships and I thought I knew who I was. I just wasn't even in the personal development space. So I couldn't even tell you, like, had someone actually had a deep conversation with me and or a probing asked me just a question about what my hobbies were, what I like to do for fun, anything like that during those years, I may not have known what the answer was to that because fast forward years later in my early 30s, I believe, right around 30, I was asked that question, what do I like to do for fun? And I was like, go out drinking with my friends. And I felt really embarrassed by that response because I was like, that seems like I don't think that's what I like to do for fun. It's just what I do. And I do have fun doing it, but do I feel great the next day or for the next week because I'm like hungover and probably have like anxiety and all of the things? Probably not. But during at the time, it was fun. And of course, drinking too much these days, yeah, when you're 40, it definitely hangs around for a while, those hangovers and the anxiety and depression that kind of like you feel from that too. Um, but it's okay to indulge from time to time. It really is. So no shame there. But with that being said, I didn't know. And the only thing I could say is that once I started doing this personal development work, I felt happier because I found gratitude. And gratitude is a part of prayer, it's a part of manifestation practices. Like gratitude is the key, like is a key component to manifesting your reality and living a, just more peaceful, freeing, beautiful, loving life, happier life. So once I started to do the personal development and I discovered and I started doing that gratitude practices, it's parts of me were awakening. And I had someone like I shared that with the world at the time. I mean, I was probably, I don't know, 5 years ago or something. And I was like, like if you thought I was happy before, like I'm so much happier now. And I remember a friend coming up to me asking me, like, Kelly, I don't like you say that, but I don't remember you not being happy. Like you've always been this like beautiful light and just fun spirited and easy to be fun to be around, And I was like, absolutely. And I was, but I just also didn't know who I was. Um, I thought maybe I did, but the conversation never even came up. Like I was literally just living and I was going through the motions of life. So I say all that to just tell you that you may not know that you are in that same position because no one has awakened you to it. So it is really good. I love the fact that you're listening to this podcast because maybe just hearing me say that, you could audit and take a step back and be like, do I really know myself? Do I know my fears? Do I know what I'm curious about? Do I really know what all of my dreams and my goals are? Do I know what my core values are? What are some beliefs that I'm really passionate about? And maybe they're not, they could be controversial to someone or, not aligned with everyone that you surround yourself with currently. Where maybe do you have to take a step back and just reassess where you're at in life? So I believe your confidence comes more when you start doing that work. So, and that is to kind of like go into, the moment I realized external success, relationships, and validation weren't enough without inner alignment, was when I started doing that work. And again, the gratitude practice and all of that. Because what happened, and I think I said this in the last one, is like the be do have, right? Like we always were kind of taught just through society and whatnot, like to have the things, you must do the things, and then you will be that person, right? So, like, let's say you want to have a dream, like a really nice car. Let's just say you want to have like your dream car. I don't even know what my dream car is, guys. Like, yes, I look around and I'm like, wow, these like really nice, quote unquote, luxury cars. They're nice and they look pretty. But then I haven't drove them. I haven't even test drove them. I haven't even like been inside of some of them. So I'm like, is it really? Like, I don't even know. A Ford little Prius could be my dream car. Who knows? Um, so that's something that I do want to do at some point is go to these car dealerships and just drive the cars that I think I would like to have, these luxury cars that I think I would like to have. But I also, and I'm kind of going off a little side tangent here, but I am bringing this up for a reason because of that. Like, because we don't know until we test it out, right? Like, you may think you want something, but once you get it, you may be like, all right, well, that was that. It's all about the journey. It's all about the process. It's all about that, the experiencing of versus the destination. So, with that being said, so again, if you have more of the like have, do, be in mind. So when I have the car, or I want to have the car, so I need to do these things, and then I'm going to be rich so that I can have the car, kind of thing. So, or I'll be more valuable, or I'll be more worthy because I've have the car now. Or maybe it's do have be. It's something backwards, but anyways, we want to be in the be do have again. So the be, who do you need to become in order to start taking inspired action so that you can have the things that you're looking to to obtain? And that doesn't have to be a physical, tangible thing, but maybe it's a different mindset around things. Okay, and that's the biggest key, honestly, is having a different mindset so that your actions are more aligned with that, because mindset is everything. So if you have the mindset of the person that you want to be, then your actions will just follow, and then it will all correlate. So, but yeah, so for me, it's like, okay, if I can become that person who's already in the relationship, who already has this like incredible business. And someone asked me recently, like, what's my end game? What's my end game with career and business? And, or where do I see myself in 5 years? And I was like, honestly, I don't know the answer to that question. I think we all try and like figure it out. But like, if we have that, I mean, some people definitely do. They're like, I want to be a mom with 2 kids, and you want to live in Portland, Oregon, and drive a Buick and blah, blah, blah. Like, and be a full-time influencer, or I want to be a full-time mom, or I want to be, balancing all the things, like whatever, right? It's like that's beautiful for those people who have that. But like, what if life comes in and God's like, I don't know, that is not the plan actually. And so then you're so attached to this plan, this idea of what you think you want, that you have so much control, and you won't even allow the flow of what's supposed to come in, or what is supposed to come in to come in. And then it creates a lot of resistance, a lot of angst, a lot of like potential resentment and anger and disappointment. And then you're like shaming yourself and guilting yourself, and it's just icky, right? So if you can allow yourself to be open and allow to receive what could be meant for you, and just enjoy the effortlessness and the journey of, then I think that that's a little bit better of a life to live. So yeah, when it was asked, what do I want to be? Or where do I see myself in 5 years from now? Or what's my end goal? I'm like, I don't really know, but I know that in the unfolding of it is going to come from all of the things that are lighting me up. So, whether it's this podcast, coaching, creating content online, just to create content online, to show my expertise so I'm not suppressed and my throat chakra is not all bottled up. Or doing the fashion runway shows, or hosting an event, or co-hosting, or being a part of an event, or getting on TV again, doing more modeling gigs. And motivational speaking, anything and everything that lights me up, that's what I'm going to continue to do. And where it's supposed to unfold to, the opportunities are limitless, right? Who knows? I could be like the face of a certain brand out there, but I don't know if that's my thing. Could that be someone's goal? They could be like, I want to be the face of Nike, right? And then they strive and they do all the things to be a part of Nike or be the face of Nike. That's cool. That's awesome, right? Like, go for the things that light you up. If at any point it doesn't light you up, shift the way you're doing it, make a pivot, and keep going. And or maybe that's not it. Maybe you need to be the face of Adidas instead, right? So be open to the possibility of surrendering and needing to do a different thing. But you are worthy just because, like, you are enough because you were born, right? So, like, if you don't have the inner alignment to that because of all the societal programming and religious programming and all of the programming that you have been exposed to for the last however long, since you were 7 years old, or excuse me, since you were 1 years old, like, you have to start undoing all of that. And that's what this subconscious, mind work is, the reprogramming, the rewiring. It's all the undoing, the unlearning, the remembering who you are at your core. And then all the somatic work too. Again, it's something I need to do a better job at practicing. But I believe in it. It's powerful. The experiences that I have endured for somatic work have been very, very powerful. So it's just something to explore. Not saying it's for everybody, but it is something to explore, because although you can rewire the mind as much as you want to, but the body keeps the score. Body keeps the score. So I want to go into a little bit of like what identity work really means, becoming the version of yourself who already has the love, the wealth, and the lifestyle you desire. I guess more so to reiterate, the identity work is being the thing. Be it before it happens. When we were young, as children, we used to use our imagination, or hopefully you did. You used your imagination. Maybe you put on plays for your family. You stood in the living room and got all dressed up, whether it was like your caregiver, your mom, or your caregiver's clothes and your little heels and your feet hanging, the heel was like 6 inches far off your heel when you're wearing your mom's heels and stuff, to acting and putting on plays, and or imagining that you're the mom and you're playing house and family, or you're pretending that you're the school teacher and you have a chalkboard or a whiteboard and you're teaching school. You're actually playing school, whether you're either an imaginary classroom, or maybe your neighborhood friends all came over and they're your students and you are the teacher. We lost that imagination along the way. Someone told us at one point that our dreams were unrealistic, right? So we just kind of stopped using our imagination as adults, and we just started becoming on autopilot in these little robots that show up to work every day, and we do the things that we're supposed to be doing. And then someone awakens us to what we like to do for fun and what really lights us up. And then we're like, wait, I want to be doing that and that. And literally your body, your soul is like, oh, and it just awakens. And I want that so much for all of you, right? So if you can tap back into that imagination, which maybe visualization tools would be helpful for you. I believe I may have shared a visualization tool, but you can always DM me and I can send it to you. But there's a couple of visualizations that I still, to this day, after 4 or 5 years of listening to them, for a while, it's on YouTube, but I would listen to these visualizations every single day because it was a part of the Miracle Morning. And that Miracle Morning, the book, The Miracle Morning, but it's the Savers concept, and V first in the Savers acronym is for visualization. That helps you tap back into the imagination, because you're using your imagination to imagine and visualize and picture what you would like, how you would like things to be, what you want in your dream to look like, and like what you want your reality to look like. And then you get the feeling behind it. And that's the key, is like getting your feeling behind the thought. And as you get emotionally involved with the thought, then it starts to transform into current reality. It's just like the way it works. Again, yes, you might have to do some of that like subconscious rewiring to let go and to like unclog the pipes of the limiting beliefs and the fears and the doubts and all of that. And it may be that somatic work that's blocking a lot of that from coming in, but at least you're on the right path. Get that visualization going and you're imagining. So when you were teaching school, when you were 8 years old, or you're playing family or house, and or you're putting on a performance, whether it's like karaoke or you're putting on, you choreograph the dance with your neighborhood girlfriends. It's like, okay, get into that. Like you were a freaking star of the show. You were that teacher. You were the mom. You were the kid, whoever you were playing in your house role. Get into character. Don't stop acting as if you are that now. So you want to, whatever you want to be, whoever you want to be, become her now, and then reverse engineer the actions on how to get there. Granted, you do have to leave the how up to the higher powers, because again, if you focus on, okay, I want to be at this, and you have such a tight grip on getting there, and you think, okay, well, these 5 steps right here are going to get me here. But there's so many more steps. There's so many other possibilities and opportunities that could happen in order for you to get here. Maybe you getting to that point that you think you want is not something that God really wants for you right now. Maybe it's something that in 5 years from now. So maybe you have to go like this zigzag pattern, or like backwards first and zigzag and spiral and like a roll of yarn before you even get there. And it may take you 5 years before you get there. So you have to kind of like loosen the grip and surrender to what the possibilities could be. So you have to let go of the how and take the inspired action. Again, those inspired actions. Okay, this is lighting me up. Let me do this. You know what? This is kind of fun. Like, why not? So, with that, the identity work is becoming the person and letting go of the rest. Like, you have so much trust and active faith that who you want to become, what you want to have, your desires, everything is actually going to unfold so beautifully for you, or something even better is going to unfold for you. You have so much trust and faith that that is going to happen, that that's how you can surrender the how, and you just start taking action. You're like, that lights me up. That lights me up. Singing lesson, sure. I don't know where that's going to lead, but I'm going to do it because it lights me up. Okay, you could be like, well, I want to be the top real estate investor, or broker. And then you're like, but I want to take dance lessons too. Okay, do both. Why can't you be the realtor who dances? And that's a part of, maybe you create like you decide to host an event and you bring in dance to the event because you love dance so much. Or you're the realtor that goes on social media and starts dancing, and it's like, because of the energy, the vibration that you're carrying, because you're doing something that lights you up. That's why people want to work with you, is because you're dancing on your social media. And then they're like, wow, oh, you're a real estate broker in Georgia? Cool. I want to work with that girl because she seems fun and her vibe is like, oh my God, I could just feel her energy. Right. So do the things that light you up, and they may not even correlate. They may, like, to you they connect, but like to the outside world, you may be like, I don't think they're gonna get it. But who cares how other people perceive things? You have to do what lights you up. And however it's supposed to unfold, trust, trust, trust that it will. Again, that or something better. Okay, so I gave you some practical ways in order for you to be able to, that you could start. That you can start doing that. Visualizations, using your imagination, tapping into that. You can journal out, who do I want to be? Like, who do I really want to be? And again, it could be a really good girlfriend. Okay, well, what inspired actions do you need to take in order to become a really good girlfriend? And you're just writing a list so you have awareness. Start taking action on those actions, and allow yourself to open up to possibility of something else. You want to be a 7-figure earner. You want to launch a business and make 7 figures in a year. You want to become a millionaire in a year. Okay, well, what do you need to do in order to become that? You want to become a millionaire. 8 figures, 7 figures, 6 figures, 5 figures. You want to marry the love of your life. Okay, so who do you need to become in order to attract the person who is gonna be your match. It's all about bringing awareness to things, gratitude for where you're at, what you've achieved, what you have, all of the challenges that you've endured, learning the lessons, of course, letting go, surrendering, um, and taking the bold action to doing what lights you up and not worrying about what other people think. You could even, maybe there's like a piece of, I don't know, like really important jewelry in your dresser drawer in your jewelry box that you only take it out to wear on special occasions. Maybe you just start wearing it on a regular basis, and that one piece of jewelry just like elevates you. It makes you feel more confident, makes you feel more embodied because you're like have a really nice piece of jewelry on and you're like, okay, wow, I feel fancy, I feel more confident. That action right there is like a self-love action. Like you're putting this beautiful ring on that your grandmother wore, all the time, or it was her old wedding ring. I don't know, like could be anything. Like my grandmother, I don't have it on right now, but I have this beautiful like blue and gold tiered ring, and I wear it pretty often. But I didn't. I mean, my grandma has been passed for I think nearly 20 years. Um, but I was gifted that, and I didn't wear it for very long. Like I literally just started wearing it recently. It was in a little, in the little jewelry box, tucked away with all the other important, good, special jewelry. And I was like, wait a second, this is beautiful. So put it on, and I just started wearing it recently, and I get so many compliments. I feel so, and I'm just there to receive, I'm just like, it was my grandmother's. And it's neat to say that it was my grandmother's, right? Too. Like I just feel so elevated in it. But that one piece of jewelry. So it could be earrings, it could be jewelry, it could be a particular pant, it could be a shirt or a blouse that just you feel really, really good in. Wear the things that you feel really good in. If you look at your style and you're like, oh, I feel really frumpy, okay, change your style. You guys know I post, not a lot, but I do post some outfits on my social media, whether it's in my Instagram stories or I'll create little like try on hauls here and there. I honestly want to do more of that because I want to show you guys like where you could start elevating your look. Because and it's not and you don't have to go shopping necessarily. You may have to get like a statement piece or something, but like there's so many things probably in your closet that you could piece together, but maybe you just don't have the eye for it right at the moment. Um, but like I think honestly, like monochromatic looks look really good on everybody. You have to obviously like find your colors and all of that, but you could see that. You could put up like a purple shirt and a brown shirt and be like, oh yeah, the purple actually like highlights my eyes better than the brown does, like it's not hard. We just have to bring awareness to it. So that could be something too. It's just like elevate your look and then you feel more confident in who you are as well. And that is a part of the identity work, though. It's not putting on a facade. You're actually transforming who you are because if you're dressed really feeling really confident and you're doing this mindset work and you may be doing this somatic work, it's like you really are elevating as a human. Um, and you begin to embody that person that you want to become. So you want to be this person that dresses really nice so that when you walk into a room, people are like, who is she? I mean, granted, if you look not, very well put together, people, if you walked into the room, people would probably also ask, who is she? What is she wearing? There's a lot of judgmental people out there, right? Um, and even if you look nice, it's still a judgment. I mean, talking to people are like judging you, but like in a positive way. They're, you know, what is it? Constructive, positive feedback, whatever. Positive compliments. But all that to say, there's so many little things. I mean, maybe there's like some clutter in your house. Get rid of the clutter. Read the book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, and go through your house and start tidying up and getting rid of anything that does not spark joy. If it doesn't spark joy, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Um, Literally. You can always replace it. But those are a couple of things that I would honestly totally suggest for you to start doing that identity work. So the identity shift that unlocks everything you want is truly the becoming. Be the person. Imagine yourself as the person. Visualize yourself. Use that imagination and really, how does she show up every day? How does she feel? What does she do? What are her hobbies? How does she speak to people? How does she respond to people? How does she react to certain situations that are challenging? What does she eat? How does she take care of herself? What, is she a, career professional? Does she have a business? Is she a stay-at-home mom? Like, who is she? Who do you want to become? What actually like feels really good for you? And again, that's the identity shift. Be the person now, and then let the things unfold while you take inspired action, while you start doing things that light you up. And then you'll have the things. So that is the identity work. Just be it and let go. Because you have so much trust that it will happen. I believe that's the way that I'm doing it anyways. That's what I've been taught. That is what has awakened me to all of this work, and a happier, healthier life, wealthier. Like, there are times that maybe I don't make the income that I thought I would make, but I feel so wealthy because I have so much gratitude. I have so much joys in other areas of my life. It's not always about the money, right? But it definitely, I hope that landed. I hope that you had some takeaways from that. And I hope me talking about like playing house, family, teaching, being a teacher, playing school, playing dress up, putting on a performance, using your imagination. Maybe you didn't do any of those things. Maybe you just played with Barbies. Maybe you just play with GI Joes or little cars, or you built things in the backyard and you played in the dirt and all that, but you were still using your imagination, and you were like in it, and you were creating these little like tunnels. And I mean, that was cool. I did that too. I played in the dirt as well. But it's like then you became like the architect of a city, and you're like creating little domes and dirt, and it was just fun. So tap back into that imagination and start thinking about who you want to be and start becoming it. Imagine yourself as if, act as if, be the lead character and act as if. All right, guys. I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you ever have anything you want me to talk about, please send me a DM on Instagram at Chase Life with Kelly or at Chase Life with Kelly podcast. If you are, wanting to dive deeper into money mindset work, a lot of the subconscious reprogramming around success and money, I would highly suggest you start with the Money Magnet digital course. Otherwise, we have, if you're ready to like launch your business, or launch a digital course, start creating a digital course around the things that light you up and your passions, so that you can serve more people without, exerting so much of your time. Create the digital course. You can go through Online Business Accelerator digital course. Or if you are like, you know what, I could just use a lot of like self-love work right now. I'm trying to attract my dream person, or I just want to become the person that I want to that attracts the people that I want in my life, whether it is a romantic relationship or not, then the Rejection to Redemption digital course would be for you as well. You can check those out in the show notes. You can always DM me if you have questions about the courses. You can DM me for the links for those as well, but they are in the show notes. And of course, if you are a female entrepreneur in the online space, and you are looking to dive deeper into, do some more like business and mindset coaching, help elevate you, create the impact and income that you're looking for, put the strategy with the mindset work, help you overcome limiting beliefs so that you can actually properly show up online and create the dream business, then also send me a DM, but the link to that is in the show notes as well if you want that more customized one-on-one support. Let's go far. Let's link up. Let's connect. But either way, I love your support. Thank you for showing up week after week. And if you enjoyed today's episode, or if you enjoy this podcast altogether, please share it with a friend, a family member, a stranger, whomever, coworker, and let's continue to grow this podcast. Please don't forget that I also have a YouTube channel where you can go watch the videos. And obviously, if you're watching on YouTube right now, thank you for coming. And I hope that you enjoyed this. Please always, rate, review, subscribe, download, all the things, and give the show a follow. It all means the world to me. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I hope that this provided a lot of value for you. All right. Till next time, Chase Life with Kelly. Bye, guys.